time, I'll be up against someone who actually has some pretty legit PC building skills. So with neither of us
Pretty legit?
Pretty legit.
Come on, I do this for a living.
That's a compliment, you So with that out of the way, neither of us having even looked at this thing, let's get down to business.
What is this computer in the splash screen? It looks scary.
It looks ridiculous.
Why does it have eyes?
Four-way SLI is not a thing anymore, okay?
The best part about that SLI is it's like dual slot too. Like dual slot water cooled.
Wow, these are gotta be like 9800 GTXs or something. I'm trying to think what actually used a single wide four-way SLI bridge. Nothing.
Oh yeah. I think it's just for show, brother.
We found a flaw. Okay, in all seriousness though, this is obviously just a showcase PC. The game is 10% off exclusively on Epic Games at launch, so you guys are gonna wanna check that out. And without further ado, let's get into our challenge, which is that Jake and I each have to start a new game in career mode and get to the point where our shop is successful enough that we can rename it, which I don't even know exactly where it is. So, is there a, should we do a free build first to kind of get the hang of it, or do we just go?
No, we're going into it. I'm starting.
You're starting?
I'm starting.
I was marveling at the accurate model of that RTX graphics card.
What about the RAM? The RAM looked really good.
That looks amazing. My understanding is that they have actually collaborated with parts manufacturers to get real CAD models of these cards to convert into models that they can use in the game. So I'm expecting them to be like realism mode accurate.
If I've learned one thing in life, it's never meet with insurance agents on an empty stomach.
All right, step one, I'm already winning this thing because I'm getting these boxes at the back. All right. Okay, we got a casual random box with an RTX 3080 in it. Yeah, for sure.
Oh wow, 3080. Heck yeah. I have to twist all the screws? Oh my gosh. You literally have to twist the screws.
Where's my LTT screwdriver? Yo, PC Building Simulator 2 team. Okay, I want the screwdriver in there. Let's go.
DLC.
We'll get you the model, all right? That's smart. The way it rotates the PC on the table and the camera so that you can do like a,
it's pretty
like a 180 degree rotation, but turn the case all the way around. That's really
It's
cool.
realistic too, because you can't like float around it, you know? Like you're not an omniscient god of building computers. I mean, I am, but I don't know about you.
Okay.
Wait, this is an MSI computer. It's got an MSI. Wait, is this just the? Did it copy my desktop background?
Man,
into the game?
I love.
It totally is. It copied my desktop's background into the game.
Did it really?
It
Okay, that's
unless
eerie.
this exact same MSI background is on this computer in this game, it copied my desktop background. That's kind of cute.
Okay, I don't think they should make you put the side panel on to fire it up, personally.
That's bad mojo.
Yeah, that's bad juvies. I want to get my PC fixed, but found only an empty space and a pleasantly smoky aroma. I gather you're no longer in business at that address. Sure.
I'm water cooling a graphics card and I'm actually taking the cooler apart.
Wait, you're just going ahead past the tutorial?
I think I'm in the tutorial. This is part of the tutorial, is it not?
When does the tutorial end and the
I
game
don't
start?
know. I'm water cooling a GPU. I'm not stopping. Wow, they have thermal grizzly even.
Oh my goodness. Corrupted files found.
I have to remove the thermal pads.
See, I'm trying to like read and like understand what's going on. I thought we were doing a tutorial here.
Yeah.
How do I switch off the PC? I'm pressing P.
I'm putting so much thermal paste though. This is
Okay, I just accepted a job to overclock a computer.
Wow. Are you gonna have to go into the BIOS? Or does it have like XTU on it? The level of detail is seriously impressive. I honestly thought this game was kind of a joke, but this is as accurate as a PC building simulator could be.
Shit. I am in an EVGA themed BIOS.
Really?
Like overclocking
No
settings.
way. Wait. Dude, that's cool. I'm about to water cool a computer and you actually have to make sure the loot goes in the right orientation. Oh, it's walking me through.
If I press escape, can I get out of this? Or no, I just have to wait for 30 seconds? Okay, that's kind of stupid. I want to get out and go work on something else for 30 seconds. That's how I would run my shop. This actually spits out like temperatures and tells you if things throttled, like what your temps are and your power draw and stuff.
You're joking, right?
Congratulations, your overclock is stable. Okay,
wait, these fans are backwards. They're blowing out the front of the case. I mean, I guess it works. I don't know why you would do it that way, but Sure. Dude, I just water cooled the PC. What have you been doing? You're slacking.
I overclocked.
Yeah, but already made PC.
Yeah, but it's faster. Smart guy.
But I have $400.
And I did a most excellent job of removing the old thermal goop. Wow, it even makes you like apply the right amount of like thermal junk.
I'm putting so much thermal paste though. Paint it red. I have to paint the case? What am I, main gear?
Coolant? Well, we're obviously gonna go with just clear coolant because I want this thing to actually work.
Welcome to overclocking. Oh gosh. Wait, I put orange coolant. What are you trying to say?
I'm gonna lose this.
Dude,
I'm slacking.
Collect money.
Okay.
Let's give your business a new name. Go back to the hallway. I win. I already win.
You can give your business a new name now?
Jacuz.
So wait, we're only doing the
Danger
tutorials?
Den. Zoom.
Dang it.
You're just too slow.
Dang it.
I'm clearly a better, whatever this is, virtual computer builder fixer than you. Okay, get wrecked. What should I call it? I'm gonna call it Arlo's.
No, my case is incomplete.
PC building.
I'm sorry, Donna.
Cafe. You build a PC and Arlo's here. Can we get Arlo put into this game, please?
Oh man, this is wild. So I didn't put the PCI lock back in, and it's real mad about that. Wait, I'm not allowed to do mine yet. Holy crap, am I really this slow?
You're pretty slow, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty slow.
Nozzle size. Apply on glass? Wait, he wants me to paint on the glass?
How do I rename the shop?
All I did was paint this case red.
It doesn't even tell me how to rename the shop. Oh, here it is.
Can they give me tips and stuff? Is that, if I'm like so good at my job, they give me tips?
What cannot use this company name? It is not suitable.
What did you name it?
Suck it, Jake. Let's try Jake Sucks.
All I'm hearing is you lost and you're mad about it.
Jake Sucks is now fine.
Oh, great.
Changing your workbench type. Holy crap, this game is deep. We're like,
Right?
done the tutorial or whatever, but there is so...
There's a decorator app. You can
so much
decorate
depth.
your shop.
Yeah.
Look at my shop. Look, it's
Highlighted.
space themed now. Holy crap.
Let's go with, sure. You know what? No, I'm gonna spray it green. Screw this customer. Slider to increase the nozzle size.
You're not going to get paid, Linus. How are you going to make your rent?
Yeah, you like that, customer? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's still tutorial, so it won't let me do it wrong. They want the glass sprayed, too? Customer is an idiot.
Customer stupid.
I mean, I could see that being a theme for a PC building simulator game. You can't get tips for jobs, but what you can start doing is selling computers out of your shop.
Right, so you build computers.
So you can
and sell
build
them.
computers and sell them. Wait, did I even buy the right cooler? There are so many parts already, and apparently once you're fully leveled up, what is it, 1,600 parts?
1,200.
1,200 parts!
Did you get the email back from the guy who you painted the case red for? Much appreciation for the new case. It was exactly what I asked for. Unfortunately, it was also so perfectly matched to the red I had used to paint the walls that I tripped over it and landed on my nose. Next project will be about the interface between technology and pain. I'm really feeling this one.
That is pretty cute writing. I'm out. Have you gone out into the storefront part of the shop?
No. I like rethemed my shop. Did you know you can do that?
This is amazing.
Did you get the tablet yet?
Yeah, I got the tablet.
Go into Decorator. You can like mod your shop, dude.
I'm looking around the shop. Like, it's clear that there is a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Like, look at this horrible screwdriver. Man, this could really be upgraded. LTTstore.com. I also think I saw a fly flying around. Did I imagine that? I don't need to clean the CPU. Well, okay, fine. I'll clean the CPU.
Linus doesn't like doing a good job.
Well, you don't have to. It performs the same.
Unless it's like old. This is
Performs
probably
the
old.
same. Install.
Is that going to perform the same if it's old?
All right, whatever. All right, whatever. That's good enough. It's got some thermal paste on there. Blah, blah, blah. It's constellation. It's a constellation. You can't tell, but it's like a fleet of ships. Rotate components?
Bruh, you can do everything in this game.
What? I mean, I only played the first game the one time, but this is a completely different level of immersion. I mean, the fact that you can remove and replace individual like, SSD mounting trays and stuff like that is wild. Absolutely wild. There's a few places where they do allow you to take shortcuts, like this SSD here. It didn't make me actually take off the tray.
Yeah.
Put screws through the tray into the SSD, then put the tray with the SSD back onto the computer. Like, they're not just gonna make it completely not fun, right?
The whole plugging the cables in every time thing is getting a little tedious. Mind you, I imagine when you get into later levels, there's a lot more stuff you do per system rather than just swapping a graphics card really quick, and I imagine that makes it a little bit less like that.
Wait, can you rip people off? The objective is install a GeForce 970 or better. The labor budget is $170, and the parts budget is $650.
Yeah, you can just...
Can I just put whatever the hell I want in here?
As long as it's better, I guess. Dude, I installed a new CPU and it blue screen on launch.
No.
So is it not the CPU? Do I need to reinstall Windows? Do I call them and say, yo dog, your computer sucks? I didn't put thermal paste on the CPU.
No way!
Ooh! If you don't use the budget, you keep the extra. So I put a 970 in with a $650 parts budget, and I got like $400 from him.
All right.
So you do scam your customers.
So I should find the cheapest 970 then.
Correct.
That's cool. You get to keep the parts you take out of people's things, so you can put together your used machine. So it's not just like new stuff.
Dude, my shop looks sick. No way.
Whoa, that looks amazing.
What
You got like RGB reflections in here and stuff.
Oh yeah. I have a 100% chance of sale at $960. Edit computer name, Linus Smells.
Hey, what?
Save. Oh, that increased the price. It literally increased the price. Can I make it smells bad?
This is cool. It's starting to take the guardrails off a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
It tells me replace this CPU. I see it's a Ryzen 3 1300X.
You have to check.
So I have to actually make sure I'm ordering the right thing.
Holy crap, I sold my first computer. Woo! Oh, wait, this is the guy with the red computer. He sent it back. He wants me to put stickers on it.
Okay, these are some softball jobs sometimes here.
Where does he want the sticker? Oh my God, they're so big. I sticker bombed it. It has the right number of Can I put more? Yeah. Oh, I can put more. This looks like Plouf's computer now.
Ha.
Welcome to Free Build. Ooh, my shop is like way snazzy. Linus!
I can't free build yet.
Yes, you have to back out. It's a different mode.
Did I not remember to pick up my shipment again? Where's my XPG 650 watt power supply? I could have sworn I ordered that thing.
You have to pick it up when you order it. Go into free play or I'm gonna hit you with a carrot, damn it.
Free play. I'll carrot you. All right, I'm going to free play. God! Resume Jake sucks.
Dude, there's a thermal camera.
What, like for diagnosing problems?
I guess so.
That's sick.
You guys can build whatever you want, but then you have to run a benchmark after to see who built the like technically better computer.
Why is the retail value of this thing $4,800 with a Core i3 in it?
Because it's the labor, man. You don't understand.
Well, okay, it has a 3090 in it.
Look, I can get, what's the best parts? I'm just gonna take all the best parts. Z690 Godlike, $2,100. Let's do it.
All right, I finally found.
Oh, there's even an ice giant. No way.
Yeah, right now there's a ton of different brands. It lists them all AMD.
I'm not listing them
Yeah,
all.
we can't list all the brands
List a
included.
couple of them.
There's,
Silverstone.
we got NZXT, Fractal Design, Ice Giant, G-Skill makes AIOs? What the heck? Silverstone. I like just applying way too much thermal paste. It should make you clean it off if you put too much. I'm putting so much thermal paste though.
There isn't a single brand name hard drive. Probably because no one cares.
I'm not surprised though.
I'll say this, installing Threadripper is exactly as tedious as it is in real life.
Dude, if you install a power supply in free build mode, it like does all the cabling and screws for you. That's nice. Wow, it's kind of cute how it cable manages.
I haven't honestly been paying very close attention to the music, but there is music. I'm listening to some rap music right now. It's apparently royalty free, so if you're a content creator or a streamer, you can definitely include in-game music, which is pretty sick. This is going to take a while to build a computer, which I guess is like cool.
Yeah, you gotta go through it. You know, you gotta play the game. Purple tubing. Run. Start the computer. It won't
Okay,
turn
I
on.
really do need to find this. Oh, there it is. It only pans up and down. So when I held the middle mouse.
No.
Oh, it's
No.
opposite.
I forgot to put the SSD in, and now I have to take the graphics cards out, and the water cooling out, and the cables out.
It's just like real life.
Oh, I'll use SATA. Hard drive. It. Oh, there's no way to fix this.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked, son.
There's so many things done.
Okay, so can I still win this race?
I picked 3090 Ti, and I have to unplug all 3 power connectors. Oh.
Okay, Ploof, do you know the answer to this? My case has vertical GPU mounts. I do not wish to use them. There does not appear to be a way for me to not use them.
Maybe you just suck. Why? Just use the vertical mount. Who cares?
I don't want the vertical mount. I'm using SLI.
I'm using SLI.
Is there
Screw
a
you.
PCI lock you can take off?
What are these cables?
I did.
Okay, my computer's booted. I gotta add a remove. You gotta install 3D Mark. All right, I'm gonna 3D Mark. Let's run. Time Spy. Please don't make me wait for the whole thing. Oh God, I think I have to wait for the whole thing. This is cool though.
You can bend your tubes.
No way. What?
You can bend your hardline tubes.
There's hardline?
There's
I
hardline.
let the game run everything for me because there's no performance benefit. I'm on a test bench, so you know.
Yeah, but mine's gonna look sick.
Do some swirls or something. Spirals. Oh my God, you have to actually like wait for Time Spy to run.
This is cray.
It's like sped up. Like it's short Time Spy, but I'm still waiting for Time Spy.
I'm sure we're gonna have an extended cut of this on Float Plane for those of you who are into that sort of thing.
28,000 in Time Spy.
Is it gonna make me actually install an IQ RGB controller? That would be kind of awful, actually.
It'll just won't install properly too, right?
Okay, power supply, storage, graphics cards, memory, motherboard, CPU.
Okay, set all my fans to max speed now. No! I overclocked my graphics card, ran Time Spy, and it crashed. Dang it! My temp is just pegged at 100 degrees. 1.6 volts is too much, apparently, for an ice giant. Sorry, ice giant.
My CPU is at 95 degrees,
What's your overclock?
and it is throttled. I just got a blue screen.
Throttled? No way.
I'm factory resetting. Oh my God, I'm still at 94 degrees. I'm not throttling though. Oh, come on!
I thought you said you gave up on overclocking.
Well, I overclocked it just a little.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I need the edge. I want the edge.
Oh! My Time Spy score, 30,800.
Oh, I got destroy-immolated. 17,500.
Well, I had two 3090s.
Well, my CPU's throttling too. That's okay though, because my favorite game is Wormy anyway, so...
Does it let you play?
Yeah, I'm playing some Wormy, let's go.
So whoever gets the highest Wormy score wins?
This may actually be challenging, Jake. I played this game a lot, back when it was the only game on my cell phone.
300. Damn it! Can I get one more try?
Sure.
What? Oh, I just ran into my own damn snake. One more try.
I don't know why you decided that you wanted this to be what determines the winner.
Does your worm get faster too?
No!
What's your score?
4,500.
Okay, there's no way in hell I'm getting anywhere near that. Hold on. Brother, you can change your peripherals. K95, hell yeah. Before we end this, let's take a look at each other's computers.
I haven't actually put mine back together yet. My panels aren't even back on yet.
If we were going for price to performance, I didn't hit that. This computer is $13,000.
Oh, you managed to spend more than me somehow.
Well, it's because I got all these fittings. Oh, you can swap mouse pads. There's RGB mouse pads. Okay, wait, there is mouse pads in the game. We got to get LTT Store mouse pads in here.
100%.
Please, Epic Games. Come look at my computer. It's pretty sick. I don't know why they look like
What the
that.
hell?
Do you see the
I thought
cables?
this was gonna be impressive.
Look,
This
it's
sucks.
sick. It's a 3090.
No, this thing's stupid.
Two 3090. You're stupid.
Stupid. Like, have you been watching what he's been doing?
No,
And he's
he's
all
not
like,
sick.
"Oh, this looks sick. This looks amazing."
Yeah, it looks sick, dude.
Looks like garbage.
You look like garbage.
This better be magical. You
should have built it on
Well,
a test
I didn't
bench.
claim mine was magical.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's that case. That case is cool.
Yeah,
right?
it's a cool case, right?
Oh, you used Trident Z Royal,
Well, yeah.
unironically.
Yeah, look how
Oh.
shiny it is. I even went with the gold one. They have the silver one.
I didn't think it was possible, but somehow you made your bends worse in the game than real life.
Shut up. They are not. Okay, this is pretty
How
awkward
is it
right here.
like so aggro? Yo, you know what you should do?
Yeah,
You should have rainbow cables.
that won't be necessary. What I should really do is thank our sponsor, Epic Games, for sponsoring this video and you for watching it. You guys can check out PC Building Simulator 2 exclusively on Epic Games. It's 10% off for the first week, and any beta participants automatically get 15% off until the end of the year. You only saw us scratch the surface of all the new components and features, so it's definitely gonna be worth checking out. If you guys enjoyed this video, you might also enjoy going back and checking out the last time we played. I think Dennis just about had a meltdown trying to figure out how to use the antivirus software on the USB drive.
This is the world's fastest gaming GPU, as of yesterday. Today, NVIDIA launches this, the GeForce RTX 4090, a massive improvement over its predecessor in almost every way. So, why aren't I more excited? The fact that I could, buy a cheap used car for what NVIDIA is asking for this aside, there are some other problems that we need to talk about. Right after I tell you about our sponsor.
Zoho CRM. Zoho CRM is a 360-degree solution that offers an intuitive UI, AI predictions, and a design studio to help get your sales done faster. Get 50% off with code ZCRM50 using the link down below.
Two years ago, the GeForce RTX 3090 launched at an eye-watering $1,500 and NVIDIA's justification for this was that it was a Titan-class GPU. Now, of course, we all know now that that was BS, as NVIDIA launched the RTX 3090 Ti just 6 months ago in March of 2022 at $2,000, with a very modest spec bump for the price and still no Titan-class floating-point compute functionality. Both cards are available at around $1,000 or so today, thanks to the crash in GPU demand, and competition from AMD is actually coming in a little bit less than that. The RTX 4090, that launches at $1,600 US. What do you get for the price of 3 PS5 gaming consoles? It's not a Titan-class GPU, and it has the same amount of VRAM as the previous gen RTX 3090. But that's where the similarities end. Not only is the memory as fast as what you'd find on an RTX 3090 Ti, you're getting over 50% more CUDA cores that are each clocked at over 35% higher. I mean, say what you want, but that alone would be a substantial upgrade for a mere 7% increase in MSRP, which is half the rate of inflation since 2020. What a steal, is what I would say if it weren't for the fact that it's honestly still the price of an entire mid-range gaming PC on its own. So what else does this bring to the table? NVIDIA claims that each of their CUDA cores is beefed up compared to the outgoing Ampere architecture in almost all respects, with claimed performance improvements of up to 2 times what the 30 series could achieve. That's thanks in large part to nearly double the L1 cache and a substantial change in the core layout itself, and also to the use of TSMC's new N4 process that allows the total die area to be nearly 150 millimeters squared smaller than its predecessor. Of course, we need to test NVIDIA's claims, so we cut the lamps to fire up our shiny new Socket AM5 bench with a fresh install of Windows 11 22H1, and go to town with testing. Why 22H1? Apparently, 22H2 introduced some issues that NVIDIA is not going to have ironed out by the time this video airs. But for now, let's turn our attention to the main event, games. And right out of the gate, even the traditional raster performance is spectacular compared to the mighty 3090 Ti. Yes, you're seeing that correctly. Cyberpunk 2077 ran 2.5 times faster on the 4090 than the 3090 Ti, bringing minimum frame rates up from sub 50 to over 100. We had to triple check that just to be sure, but here it is. We're also looking at minimum frame rates beyond 120 at 4K in Forza Horizon 5 compared to sub 90 on the 3090 Ti, and it is incredibly stable. Assassin's Creed Valhalla's frame rate also shot up by about 50% on the 4090, enabling 4K 120 FPS gameplay without any compromises. Remember, this is just the rasterization performance, what we thought Nvidia was trying to hide from us by showing off their RT performance in the press materials. Far Cry 6, another Ubisoft title, doesn't seem quite the same improvement, however, at about 30% or so across the board. It's not bad, like not at all, but I'm just ruined after seeing those other results. Improvements continue to become more modest in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, where we're likely starting to get CPU limited. At 4K. I'll let that sink in for a moment, maybe wash it down with a big swig from our Chungus 64-ounce water bottle from LTDstore.com. We see exactly that problem again when we run CSGO, where, for some bizarre reason, the situation is flipped on its head. The RTX 3090 Ti outperforms the 4090 throughout multiple runs. It's especially surprising because the GPU core clocks and the load remained high. I mean, if you've got an explanation, I'd love to see your take in the comments. Dropping the resolution down to 1440p, it seems like we're becoming even more CPU bound. But, critically, the minimum frame rates in Forza Horizon 5 are massively improved, making for a smoother overall experience. Interestingly, CSGO actually manages to return to normalcy at 1440p, so, I don't know, maybe we've got a driver bug at 4K or something? Now, do you still remember that Cyberpunk result? Yeah, okay. Okay, so check this out. We're going from 25 FPS on average on the 3090 Ti to a staggering 96 FPS on the 4090 at 4K without DLSS. That's almost 4 times the performance. And when we turn ray tracing on in the much older Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the 4090 is capable of nearly doubling the minimum FPS of the 3090 Ti. That brings this title from mostly 60 FPS or more at 4K to a buttery, smooth 100 to 120 FPS, all without DLSS. With DLSS, in performance mode, Cyberpunk manages an average of 144 FPS, with 1% lows over 120 FPS. That's right, you can get buttery smooth 4K 120 with ray tracing on this card if you're okay with DLSS. Shadow of the Tomb Raider in DLSS quality mode is just ridiculous. Where the 3090 Ti can't quite reach 90 FPS and 5% lows, the 4090 is fast enough to comfortably drive a 144Hz 4K monitor. Now, you might be wondering about the new DLSS 3.0, NVIDIA's AI frame generation technology. We're wondering too. Unfortunately, all of our cards, even the third-party ones that we're not allowed to show you today, all of them crashed. A lot. Like a lot, even across multiple benches. As a result, the labs weren't able to properly test DLSS 3.0, and we'd like more ray tracing results than we got. We'll have all of that missing data in a follow-up, so stay tuned. But okay, what if you're not a big gamer? Well, you're in luck, because this thing is also a productivity beast. In Blender, it gets over double the samples per minute in both the monster and junk shop scenes, and just under double in the older classroom scene. That's a substantial time savings, and might be worth it on its own if you're a 3D artist. Similarly, our 4K DaVinci Resolve export finished nearly a minute faster, a difference of roughly 25%, something that'll also add up over time, especially for timelines with a lot of rendered graphical effects. SpecViewPerf, meanwhile, shows massive gains across the board, with the most substantial improvements in 3ds Max, Maya, Medical, and SolidWorks at nearly double the score, while Creo only saw a modest performance improvement of around 10%. Still, this is like looking at a completely different class of GPU, not a typical generational improvement. With all of these performance gains, maybe Nvidia had to price these at $1,600 if they had any hope at all of selling through all of their mining surplus 3090s. Whew. And that's not everything either. Another big part of productivity that many companies, Intel and Apple included, are taking very seriously is video encoding. And Nvidia's out to prove that they're not sleeping on the job. Not only do you get the same high-quality encoder that first debuted on the RTX 20 series as we saw in our DaVinci Resolve test, but you get 2 of them, and they're both capable of AV1. AV1 is the new codec that's likely to take over for live and on-demand streaming on sites like YouTube and Twitch, and while it can produce significantly better video quality at the same bit rates, it's significantly more time-consuming and difficult to encode, unless you have hardware dedicated for it. Intel Arc launched with it as a headline feature, and it's a safe bet that it'll become more important as time goes on. Unfortunately, we don't have the time right now to do a proper test of it for the review, so again, stay tuned for a future video comparing AV1 encoders. What I can tell you today is that it's nearly as fast as NVIDIA's existing H.264 and H.265 encoders, which is pretty impressive. Of course, all of these capabilities come with some drawbacks. The first of which being the power draw. In order to reach the power target that NVIDIA set for it, the RTX 4090 universally requires an ATX 3.0 connector and comes with adapters for it in the box. As the specs indicated, our RTX 4090 draws nearly as much power under gaming load as the RTX 3090 Ti, though it did stay closer to 425 watts than its rated 450. This is a sharp contrast against the RTX 3090 and 6950 XT, which consistently both pulled nearly 100 watts less. This does not bode well for an eventual RTX 4090 Ti. At least the power targets on the 4080 series cards are lower, though we don't have any of those to test today. When we hit the RTX 4090 with a more demanding load via MSI Combustor, power consumption skyrockets to the red line for both the RTX 4090 and the 3090 Ti, though curiously about halfway through it kind of dips down to about 440, which is kind of strange. Meanwhile, the RTX 3090 once again doesn't cross that 350 watt threshold, and neither did the 6950 XT. With great power, of course, comes great thermal output capacity, and the RTX 4090 is no exception, with thermals while gaming tracking roughly in line with the power consumption. Its massive 3.5 slot cooler keeps the hotspot at the 80-degree mark while gaming, placing it squarely between the RTX 3090 and the 6950 XT despite the power draw, a testament to NVIDIA's cooler design. Core clocks were obviously way higher than any previous gen card, and crucially they remained just as stable throughout the run at about 2.6 to 2.7 GHz. When we look again at our combustor results though, the hotspot temperature crosses the 80-degree threshold along with the RTX 3090 Ti, and we again see that slight dip halfway into the run, while the 3090 sits below 70 degrees. Core clocks end up significantly lower at around 2.25 GHz for the 4090, with the 3090 Ti throttling down to below its less power-hungry sibling. Our AMD card, meanwhile, sort of did a heartbeat pattern of boosting and throttling that could result in uneven performance. It's worth noting that these tests were performed inside of a Corsair 5000D airflow with a 360mm rad up top and three 120mm fans drawing air up front. So it's not like we were starving the cards for oxygen or feeding them hot air from the CPU. In fact, in spite of all the airflow we gave them, the RTX 4090 and 3090 Ti both caused internal case air temperatures to hit highs of 39 to 40 degrees, with significantly higher minimum internal temperatures than the RTX 3090, all at an ambient temperature of around 21 degrees. That means that if your case can just barely handle a 3090, you won't be able to manage a 4090. Sorry, small form factor aficionados, this card is not for you. After all that, you might look at the spec sheet and have some lingering questions like, why isn't NVIDIA supporting PCI Express Gen 5? And where's DisplayPort 2.0? And the answer to those questions, both of them, whether you like it or not, is that NVIDIA doesn't think you need them. On a $1,600 graphics card. You smell that? Yeah. That's the distinct scent of copium. While it's true that a GPU running a whole 16 lanes of PCI Express Gen 5 probably won't be super useful today, a GPU running 8 lanes of Gen 5 certainly would be, especially for those who also want lots of NVMe storage. A good bet for a card of this class. Remember, the faster the PCI Express link, the fewer the lanes you need for the same bandwidth requirements. NVIDIA should know this. As for DisplayPort 2.0, the official line is, DisplayPort 1.0 already supports 8K at 60Hz, and consumer displays won't need more for a while. Which might sound fair, until you realize that you're also limited to 120Hz at 4K, a performance level the RTX 4090 can exceed, as we've seen. The only way to get higher refresh rates at DisplayPort 1.4 is to use chroma subsampling, which is, to put it mildly, a suboptimal experience on such premium hardware. 240Hz 4K displays exist today, and will have DisplayPort 2.0 support soon. ARC already supports it, and RDNA 3 has been confirmed to support DisplayPort 2.0 since May. Nvidia is clearly trying to save a buck. Again, on a GPU that costs as much as a Series X, a PS5, a Switch, and a Steam Deck combined. Or maybe these cards were just ready and waiting in a warehouse for longer than we realized. It's incredibly amusing to me that the first GPU that might actually be capable of running 8K gaming without asterisks is being handled in such a lackadaisical fashion by Team Green. The days of generational performance per dollar gains are over, they say. Moore's Law is dead, they say. And yet, the competition doesn't seem to think so. While it's true that nobody can touch the 4090's mammoth performance right now, as we saw with the RTX 3090, that won't last forever. And that's where things get weird. As it exists right now, while the RTX 4090 chugs as much power as an RTX 3090 Ti, it is a massive upgrade over both that card and the vanilla 3090 in nearly every respect, well in excess of its price increase. For content creators, this is a no-brainer. But I cannot in good conscience recommend gamers with more dollars than cents go out and purchase a piece of hardware that is incapable of driving the also very expensive displays that might actually be able to take advantage of it. Especially when a less expensive and less power-hungry card, perhaps even Nvidia's own RTX 4080s, can do the same thing. Just like I can tell you about our sponsor.
Nord Security. If you keep up with the tech news, you know that hackers are always looking for new ways to compromise everything from tech giant servers to grandma's computer. Thankfully, Nord Security's well-rounded protection package is there to help protect your files.
My phone is broken, and not only that, it's also a Pixel 4. My wrist is also naked, so I need a smartwatch. And lo and behold, Google is here with new Pixel 7 devices, the natural replacement for the 4 that is smashed. And they've got, finally, the Pixel Watch. We're not gonna look at this in this video, we'll have a dedicated video for it, so look out for that. But today I wanna look at the new phones, which I'm quite excited about. And look, Google actually sent us a care package. Google Pixel Collection. They got the whole ecosystem now. They've got earbuds, they've got a watch, and they've got a phone. And they have those Nest thermostats and the cameras, your whole life. Wow. And they actually have some harmony between the devices too. You can see on these Pixel Buds, this color I believe is what they call hazel. That's a color you're gonna see on these new devices. And in my opinion, that's a lot better than the lemongrass on the earbuds. I like the lemongrass on this phone, but on the earbuds, it kind of just looks like the color they'll be once the white yellows and looks like earwax. Anyways, enough about the buds. Let's get all these friends out of here for a moment and take a look at what's in the boxes if you buy a Pixel 7 or a 7 Pro. You can see it's a very slim box that tells you right away there's not gonna be a wall wart in here for charging the phone. But these do use the same 30-watt charger that they've been using for generations. Here it is, the same visor camera bump thing they had from the 6. It's a design language that is polarizing. Some people don't like it, but I'll say this. When I went to the Google event the night before at the hotel, I was 20 feet away from somebody who was sitting at the bar talking to their phone, and I could tell that was a Pixel 6. This is the lemongrass color on the 7, this is the hazel color on the 7 Pro, and this is the snow white color on the 7 Pro. There's more colors too. There's a black you can get if you have an uncompromising executive look in mind. Taking the devices out, you can see inside they do have the adapter for taking data off your phone and getting it onto your new phone, as well as a USB-C to C cable, and then some little Google Quick Start guides, and that is about it, just the basics. Taking a tour of the exterior, you can see they are very similar. However, there's a difference on the visor. On the previous 6, this was glass, and so it was black glass, and then when it came to the side, there was a little lip there. Now it's way more seamless. This is polished aluminum. You can see it curves right over and just melds right into the side bezel. It looks pretty nice. The difference from the Pro to the non-Pro is instead of it being polished aluminum, it's brushed. I don't even think it looks less premium, really. They do have the glass backs. I kind of hate glass backs, it seems like they're designed just to sell you a new phone once you break it, or to sell you a case so you don't break it. They're worse in every way. They collect fingerprints, they feel hotter, they're slippery so it slips out of your pocket and breaks. I really just wish phones didn't do that. But you can get a skin for that. We'll talk about that later. Another thing we'll talk about later is the cameras. You can see, looking at the visors, this one has an extra hole. That's because on the Pro, there's a telephoto that's missing from here. More on that later. All the buttons are on one side. You got your volume rockers, and then your lock and unlock buttons. These do have face unlock, like the Pixel 4 did, as well as an under-screen fingerprint reader. Once we get these booted up, we'll see how fast it is. On the other side, there's just a whole lot of nothing except an eSIM tray. It does support eSIM, but you don't have to like you do with the iPhone 14 in the US. And on the bottom, you can see the USB-C charging port, very quick, and stereo speakers. A great thing about this visor design, though, is that your phone doesn't rock on the diagonal plane at all. I mean, it could rock this way, but it's really just sitting on the table very solidly. It actually is oriented towards you, kind of presenting towards you a little bit, which is kind of nice. A lot better than having a bump that's just in the corner, so your phone's like dangada, 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 dangada. Size-wise, the Pro is 6.7 inches. The non-Pro is 6.3, which is actually smaller than the 6.4 inch on the non-Pro Pixel 6. That's the size. The size of the 7 Pro didn't change at all. It's a little bigger than the non-Pro, and size-wise, they're pretty big. I really wish they had made a smaller phone like the Pixel 4 I just chucked. Hello? Look how tiny this guy is. It's not much smaller width-wise, but it is a little bit smaller height-wise. You might not think this is a great difference, but the height really is the dimension that kind of makes a phone smaller or not, because you end up holding your phone like this and then having to reach to scroll stuff down from the top. And if your hands aren't big enough to do it, then you're gonna get your palm hitting the bottom, and you're gonna get all sorts of weird interactions because now there's 2 points of contact on the screen. So I do a lot of one-handed typing. I do a lot of texting and driving, just joking. I like a small phone, especially like once you have a case on things, put in your pocket. It's like this big brick. But I get it, Google. People like big screens, so why not put the biggest screen you can for the least money you can? I get it, but I know I'm not alone. We're talking 8 and 12 gigabytes of RAM, and in terms of battery life, it's 5,000 milliamp hours typically on the Pro, which is very similar, actually a little tiny bit smaller than on the 6 Pro. But the difference is on the 6 Pro, they were saying if you put it in extreme battery saver mode, you get 48 hours. Now they're saying 72 hours in that mode. The situation's kind of exacerbated on the non-Pro. Last time they had 4614 milliamp hours, and now it's 4,355 milliamp hours on the non-Pro. And still they're using the 30-watt fast charger, which will give you about 50% charge in about 30 minutes. Not as fast as some of the Chinese phones we see that are just pumping power into these things. Let's turn these puppies on and get to the good stuff. But first I'm gonna tell you about our sponsor. It's Dbrand, and guess what? They made cases for these with a new pattern. There's 3 new patterns: Arctic Camo, Navy Camo, and Glitch Camo. Look how cyberpunk this keyboard is. It looks pretty cool. And they actually made them in their big giant, oh, 2 ways to open this. Wow, that's advanced. See, this is the kind of thing I need to have on my Pixel 7 so that I don't have it get broken by children. Wow, that's easy to put on. Preserves the buttons. V tactile. Cool look, and as I said, equalizes that visor so it's just flush. Now, there's no rocking in any direction. That's a brick. And you can see that the bezel is a little higher than the screen too, to protect you just a bit from scratches when it's face down on a table or drops that are face down. These patterns are available now for literally every skin that Dbrand provides, so you can get on your AirPods, your Steam Deck, your laptop, whatever. And I'm not an investor in Framework. Check out the link below and get yours today. Okay, I've got both the phones powered on now, and there's 2 things I can see immediately. One I could have noticed before is that, like the previous generation, the Pro has this curved glass thing going on, whereas the non-Pro is more straight across, so the bezel is kind of just closer to the same plane as the front of the glass. And the next thing I'm noticing is that when I swipe down my notification tray, on this phone, the color scheme is all green, and on this one, it's all yellowy. And that is because of the color of the phone that we got. So this is part of their Material U UI, where you can change the theme of the wallpaper and desktop and everything just to match the wallpaper that you choose, or the exterior of the phone, or even one of the photos that you take instead as your wallpaper. And that can also apply to the icons here. You can get these disc colors so they're they're just all kind of muted green, for example. All right, let's check out how snappy this fingerprint reader is. There it is. And then let's try the face unlock too. Oh, it's a setting. So it says unlocked by the face. Now I gotta swipe up. So that's a setting you can change where it just opens automatically. You don't have to do the second interaction. I don't know why anyone would have that turned on. I prefer to have it just unlock like it just did and then open. Hello, there it goes. The cameras on these are largely the same on the front and back, the rear and the selfie cam, although there are a couple differences that I will tell you about. But by and large, we're talking a 50 megapixel Octa PD quad Bayer wide camera, an aperture of 1.85, and an 82 degree field of view.